people are starting to realize that there's pathways to not sit at that job that's draining the life out of them. They want a way that they can go enjoy their kids, go enjoy time with their families, and be able just to have time. Time is the one commodity we can't get more of.
Rob is the director of loan operations at Jet Lending. After 21 years of service in the U.S. Army, thank you very much for that,
yes,
for your service. Rob brought his leadership and management skills to the real estate industry. He enjoys educating real estate investors on how to grow their wealth and build financial freedom. So thank you for joining us. Take it away.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good to see both of y'all.
You too. You too. We're gonna get right to it. These move quick. Passive investing. So you work with a lot of investors.
Oh, I do.
I'm not sure about your personal investing portfolio, but you've been in the game for a while, and you interview a lot of investors in your podcast, but you also work with them, helping them, educating them, providing them with financial solutions. What are the benefits that these investors are talking to you about why they're so motivated and excited to get out there and buy more and invest more in real estate passively?
What I have found out, Chris, in the last year of doing my podcast, we kind of took a little break because I got a baby coming. But hey,
congrats!
We're my time has been every Fridays we've been at the doctor's office, but that's neither here nor there. That's
your world's about to change.
Yeah, well, it's the second one, so
okay,
and we're closely monitoring this one. So the podcast have been temporarily put on hold. But anyways, for the last year, I started that podcast. Everybody that I talk to wants to leave that 9-to-5 job. Mm-hmm. They want to retire early, and they want to figure out how to do it and how they can get there quickly. I always tell people the most passively way that you can invest, hell, you can send money to Jet Lending on them and get a 6 to 8% return, because we accept private lenders here, and we'll put that money to work for you very easily. A lot of investors like that model because at the end of the day, it's kind of a fire, fix, and forget. Mm-hmm. They give it to us. They trust us to use that money and get them a return. I personally have a large sum here at Jet Lending myself because it's given me a pretty good return, far better than you're going to get sitting in any bank account. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
far better. I mean, 6 to 8%. That's pretty good, especially when you don't want to really have to work or do anything to manage that.
And you're not worrying about Russian events or economic cycles, little tweets from Elon Musk or whatever, triggering a yo-yo effect on the market.
Absolutely. So that's a consistent, passive flow of money that's coming in every month. If you've got, let's say you've got a self-directed IRA or something like that, we can use those. Or you just want to give us cash that's sitting in your bank account. It doesn't matter what the amount is. It doesn't matter. It's not going to be $5,000. You're not going to get much of a return. But at the end of the day, if you've got a pile of cash sitting in a bank account that's not giving you the return you want, or is sitting over at Quest not really doing anything, mm-hmm. Send it over to us. We'll put it to work.
We're talking with these investors and they're saying they want to quit their 9-to-5, which I mean I totally empathize with. That was me.
Yeah. We talked about that too.
But like, do they go into why? Like for me, from the earliest age I can remember, I was an entrepreneur. I was selling candy to my friends. I was like creating these membership clubs that my friends would be in, and I was selling other things that probably shouldn't be selling at school. So that's been in me. I never expected to have a job. I did, and it worked out great because I made a lot of money, and I learned new skills, and then before I went on full-time real estate. But is there any common themes that you're seeing outside of maybe they just don't like it. It doesn't fulfill them. And,
I think times have changed as far as, and this is my opinion. I think times have changed as far as people and the freedom that they want to have, to be able to maneuver and do things that they enjoy and do it sooner than 65 years of age. I mean,
oh, yeah.
you work so hard your whole life. And by the time you get to 65 and get a retirement or whatever you're trying to do in your 9-to-5 job, at the end of the day, you only got a few years left. I think people
70% of your entire life will be spent working and sleeping.
Yes.
And you can't change sleep.
No, you can't take that one away. Hopefully everybody's getting good sleep. But at the end of the day, I think people are starting to realize that there's pathways to not sit at that job that's draining the life out of them. They want a way that they can go enjoy their kids, go enjoy time with their families, and be able just to have time. Time is the one commodity that we can't get more of, and that's been I guess the general theme to everybody I've interviewed, the 25 podcasts that I did last year. It's time. People want their own time and don't want to give it to somebody else. They want it back in their control. And passively doing that, I mean, you can get long-term rentals. There's an argument, like we said yesterday, for short-term Airbnb rentals. You can set those up for fire, fix, and forget if you do everything the right way up front.
And there are management companies out there that manage those and can take the day-to-day away.
And then private lending, putting it to work and have in a vehicle to where somebody else is managing it for you.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I've told folks is every dollar that you create that's passive is one less dollar you have to work for. Not that you would quit your job. Some people, a lot of people want to. Maybe it's to get a different job that fulfills them, or maybe it's to do real estate full time. But for every dollar you create that's passive is one less dollar that you have to actively work for. So one rental property making $100 a month, it's not life changing, but that is $100 less that you have to work for. And then you get another one, and then another one. And then, of course, real estate has multiple components to it, from a tax advantage, appreciation, debt pay down, and all this other sorts. It just comes with adding that every single, like stacking dominoes. You're stacking another one and another one and another one. And then over time, it doesn't take long. It can grow.
Yeah. I'm going to quote Robert Orfino real quick. If I could take you back in a time machine, 5 years back in time, would you buy real estate at retail?
Oh, Robert. I can hear him saying that. And yeah, it's a no-brainer. Best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The next best time is today. Same thing with real estate.
Yeah, I mean, the answer is I would definitely say yes. If I could go back 5 years ago, I wouldn't have sold my rental that I had then.
I really think, and we'll wrap up here. I think even today, and I've told folks, I mean, you'll get smaller returns, but if you just have the cash and you get a good job or whatever, you can pay full retail. And I've had an investor, and I helped him. He bought new construction for rentals. I like to buy things.
I've got guys that do that,
but you can do that.
Yeah, I've got guys that I've done 30-year long-term loans, non-QM loans for, that are buying new construction and putting renters in immediately.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be low returns initially, but the overall wealth and equity play over time, it will work in your favor.
One last thing. If people didn't know that the price of rents are going up, this happened to somebody personally to me. The landlord is renewing their lease, going up $500 in Atlanta, Georgia right now. Now, I know that's outside of Texas, but still, that's how crazy the real estate market is right now. The demand has gone up from, I think it's $1,650, and now they're going to charge them $500 more.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a good time to be in real estate. It really is.
Especially the landlord.
Yeah.